just lit my incense and I forgot it was lit still. On fire. We're on fire today. I'm here to bring you some messages. Tapping into my energy pool, my little collective that I know is waiting for me sometime or other. You'll come on into the fold when it's your time. You may leave our little eddy whenever you wish, whenever you feel like we're not exactly resonating as we once were, and that's fine. My name is Alia de Astra. And I'm, I was guided to bring through messages today. And I'm going to try and keep it on a weekly, maybe bi-weekly basis. We're going to see how it plays out. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Sometimes I tend to speak softly, so yeah. I didn't actually grab a deck. I'll be right back. Alright, and I've got my tarot deck handy now. We are going to be working with the Bay Area Tarot as we are in Cali. We are broadcasting from sunny California. Today's a little overcast, honestly, but it's a beautiful day. We've had a lot of sunshine. We've had some warmth. We've had some almost heat, one could say. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Anywho's. This is a fun tarot deck representing artists in the Bay Area community, from San Jose to Oakland to Sunnyvale to like Mountain View, San Francisco, all over the Bay Area. So if you're not familiar, that's okay. If you are, awesome. Then you know. If you know kind of deal. I already drew some oracle cards, and earlier today as I was meditating, I received a message to channel or to like kind of base the reading off of, and we're going to talk about that energy that came through. So here's what came through during my meditation. Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry. This is, I didn't really have a plan or a script for this, so we're just kind of winging it. Okay. So, yeah, we'll talk about the direct channel that I received today, which is Maelstroms averted in your name. And then the way that I wrote it, I'm going to mention that too. The way that I wrote it in my handwriting, it kind of all blended together, the letters for the word averted. And it just looked like worked, but W-E-R-K-E-D. I've been watching a lot of Drag Race clips and stuff, so there's like work in there. So Maelstroms worked in your name, so averted in your name and worked in your name. And I feel like those both carry similar yet distinct energy and vibe to them. So for some of you, you completely missed some turbulent energy thanks to your guides, thanks to spirit and stuff. It's been kind of weird energies for a lot of people lately, a lot of storms. That's what a maelstrom is, by the way. It's another word for storm. But you have been steered away from them, because it wasn't your time to pass through that kind of journey. All right? So, we all get them eventually. We all have our turn, but it wasn't your turn. So, and your guides were able to steer you away from that due to the work that you've been doing, the work that you've done, whether that's personal inner work, or if it's like interpersonal work that you've been doing that's been generating a lot of positive energy for you. It helped you steer clear of those maelstroms. Okay, and so that's the working energy. We've been doing the the averted energy, and then the worked in your name, maelstroms worked in your name. So Spirit is cooking stuff up for you. There's whole, there's a flurry of activity that's being generated in your name, and whether that's positive or not is up to how you perceive it. Because sometimes we can get like really like a storm of like a lot of really good activity that feels good also at the same time, and that's like, whoa, and then we're like really overwhelmed with lots of things to do, lots of projects, lots of events, lots of activity happening, but it's beneficial, it feels good, and we have to work it, right? But we are happy to do it. It doesn't feel bad. We're not going against anything. It's not, and while we might have a little bit of stress about it, it's not exactly like making us feel bad, or, you know, it's not making us feel bad. It's not crushing us. It's not, it's testing us, but it's not like ripping us apart from our foundation or anything like that. It feels good to move in those kinds of storms. Then there's the other kinds of storms that we might work through, work with, that, you know, you want to keep in mind the phrase, it's happening for you, not to you. And those are the times that really, really shake us down from our core, and like make us feel like we're being uprooted and stuff. And sometimes that needs to happen, you know, like we're just, you know, the energies are shaking up and we're meant to move from one situation to another, and that's not always easy to deal with. So that comes with turbulence that can put us in anxiety, fear, and stress. Sadness, despair even. Gosh, yeah, those times don't feel great. They don't feel great, but we know that there's like a purging, a releasing, a clearing, and eventually things settle, and then we are able to see what the path was that we were going through, what the tunnel was. We can see what has left and what has come in for us, or what's coming in for us. Okay, so Maelstroms worked in your name. So the storm happened for you, okay? I know it was hard, but it happened for you, okay? Okay, so with that said, I received that message, Maelstroms averted in your name, or worked. You put in the work, you came out with style, okay? No matter what it was, even if you don't feel like you did, believe me, babe, you did. Okay, you got it. So, with that said, I'm going to share the oracle messages I received. We have, I drew first the Moonology Oracle card, New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. And I thought that was funny because it goes with the worked energy and stuff. So there you go. Your hard work is paying off. Your inner work or your outer work, it's paying off. Okay? It's going to pay off. New moons are about beginnings. Okay? So the message that comes through with that card is that it is a good time for a new start professionally. It's a good time to develop a long-term plan. I know we're only at the beginning of the year, but we're also at the end of a fiscal year, so you can take this as, you know, a time to prepare for the year ahead, for the rest of the year. Or if you're just starting something, it is a good time to start working on that plan right now. If you have a new idea, it's time to develop that idea. What are the long-term goals that you hope to achieve with that idea? Okay. Be ambitious. Be ambitious. Okay. I just watched Bring It On again. Okay, and it's got that going on in here. Okay, so be ambitious with your plans, with your ideas, with what you think that you can do. Go ahead and plan for a little bit extra change that you can do. Okay, make it realistic with the Capricorn energy, but also like, you can do it. Believe in yourself, okay, and be ambitious with what you think that you can do and achieve, okay? And, yeah, and what you want to do, Okay, make your plan, execute it well. Okay, make your plan. Okay, even if it's a simple plan, make, you know, you're gonna even if it's something easy, but you're gonna do that easy thing like nobody else has done it, like you've never done it before. We're competing with ourselves, right? So it's like you're gonna make that PB&J the most top-notch way that you can. You're gonna use your favorite bread. You're gonna use your favorite crunchy peanut butter. I'm just kidding. I love crunchy. You're gonna use your favorite preserves. Okay, maybe, you know. You're going to put it in that cast iron skillet, and you're going to grill it on both sides so that it comes out melty and gooey, or whatever way that you like it the best. You know, you're not just, you know, maybe you made a plan to make your own peanut butter. I don't know, I'm just riffing now. Okay, but like the thing is, like, you're going to do the plan and execute it well. Okay, no mess. You're going to eat that sandwich and leave no crumbs. Okay. All right. We're being called to exercise, practice, use more discipline in our day-to-day life. Okay, that's a big one for me personally. Okay, if you're attached to my energy, that's why we need more discipline. Discipline, okay? Our dreams will manifest with hard work. You put in the work. Get your 10 of Wands on, okay? Okay, your 8 of Pentacles. Okay? Good. This card is a good omen for study and or teaching. So if part of your plan is involving developing your skills or learning new skills, learning new concepts, don't forget to keep your mind open and stay in that beginner's mind energy. And yeah, and even if you're a teacher and you're like starting, you know, a new semester, new trimester, or whatever, you're going to, you know, you want to keep your mind open to feedback about your the experience of your students, and you want to be also attentive for nonverbal cues as well. Like, okay, are they being engaged? Are the students engaged in the learning process here? How can I, like, what am I seeing from them? Where am I seeing my students, like, or clients, like, falling behind? Where can I see that they might be struggling and stuff? Or can I ask if they are having problems, if I notice something might be off and stuff? And that gets you to not just write people off or write situations off, but it gives you practice on being attentive and, you know, approaching people who might be sensitive about opening up and being vulnerable about a need for help and stuff, or, you know, they might feel intimidated about asking for whatever reason and stuff. So it's good to practice. Okay, so anyways, yeah, good omen for study or teaching. Yeah, teaching and learning. Learning is teaching. Okay, and teaching is learning. Avoid controlling behavior from yourself. So we might feel a need to be more controlling over details or other people's actions and energy and stuff. We cannot control other people. If we try and exert control over others, it takes away from our energy, and then we have even more of a need to control other people's energy and stuff, and yet at the same time we're even less able to control ours, you know? Like, so just avoid controlling behavior from yourself, and if other people are trying to put that control over you, do your best to bear with it, block it, you know, just don't allow it, okay? Or at least to a minimum, allow it, okay? The absolute bare minimum. Yeah. Work with it, you know? Yeah. And then from the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, I drew this beautiful card. Let's take a look at her. Oh, okay, let's go back a little so we can see more clearly. This image here with the bubbles, we've got some innocent, playful energy going on here with the bubbles. That reminds me of the fairies. They've been coming out to me a lot personally. We've got a lotus here for that transformed consciousness here. We've got this crystal on the third eye position for that crystallized, that crystal clear awareness and perception. Transformative, symmetrical. Okay, we've got black and white for the duality, and it's like spread out, so we're like transcending that duality, you know. And yeah, the fish for dreams, the wishy fish, Piscean kind of vibe, creative, and again, dualistic. Okay, so Crystal Keys is the name of the card. And the main points that we want to talk about are it's emphasizing wisdom magic, deciphering wisdom codes, finding wisdom in your wound or shadow triggers, and being present, peeling back the layers of ego consciousness to uncover insights, and finding wisdom through inner paradoxes, being in awe, being in surrender mode, surrendering to, you know, what's being shown to us, what's being done for us, and being in that creative flow. That being in that mode of awe and surrender opens us up to inspiration and creativity. Okay? And creativity helps us to be more resourceful with whatever is come our way. Okay? I will go ahead and read the full card for you, but those are like the main points that stuck out to me to bring to you. You might find another message as I read this, okay? Lemurian quartz crystals are special pieces of clear quartz said to have been encoded with great knowledge for the spiritual evolution of the human race. This card is about deciphering wisdom codes. Be inspired to find the wisdom hidden in times when you feel triggered. There is so much information within our raw and intense reactions that when you choose to be present and peel back the layers, great spiritual insight will unveil itself in a way tailored just for you. Wisdom comes through inner paradoxes, be odd, in creative flow, or a state of surrender. These crystals may be powerful keys to your spiritual evolution. Some of you may have been being called to work with Lemurian quartz or with crystals in general, or maybe a different crystal in particular. Okay, so, and if you haven't heard the call, hey, here's an invitation to give it a try. You know, you might just start looking at rocks, and because rocks are really cool. Yeah. What it is with crystals and with rocks in general is that they can help you with grounding your energy. And if you're going through a time of turbulence, whether it feels good or not good, it helps to use crystals or rocks. You could just get like a regular river rock, and that will be good for grounding energy. Or if you have specific types of crystals that can help you with your grounding and stuff. Like I think red jasper is really good for grounding. Onyx is good for grounding. Garnet is good for grounding. Things that connect to the root chakra are grounding. Yeah. Okay, so before I start shuffling, I want to invite you guys to take a couple deep breaths with me. This is where we're going to get into the tarot cards, and we're going to ask for a little bit more detail about the message. Look, 10 of Wands. Oh my God. We're going to ask for a little bit more detail with the energies and the messages that are coming through today. So let's just take in 3 deep breaths, okay? We're going to breathe in from your feet to the heart. And breathe out slowly through your mouth. Feeling relaxation spreading through your chest. Feeling a little bit of a heart expansion. Oh yeah, feels nice. Next, we're going to breathe in from the center of our beautiful spherical earth. Breathing in a cord from the core of the planet up through every layer of the earth, through your feet, up your legs, up your spine, to the top of your head. Then breathe out. Feeling the energy release through the top of your head, like a little water spout. Okay? We're releasing blockages and distortions and whatever from our spinal cord energy centers. That's your chakras 1 through 7 and or more. Okay, there you go. Next breath in. Before we take this breath, actually, we're going to think about the concept of all things being one, everything being connected. Okay? We're going to think about photons, light particles. We're going to think about basically anything that you can see visually with your eye, being things that are reflecting light, the light from the sun, in particular on this planet, okay? So, as we are from the light, we are also reflecting light, and we see light being reflected back to us, okay? So with that in mind, you may close your eyes, you don't have to. Take a deep breath in, and with that breath, we're drawing in the light into your body from source, from the sun, from all around. Let it fill up your entire body with this breath until you are glowing, and the light is then even permeating through your skin outward. And then breathe out. And as you exhale, that light is just blowing every single direction and completely dissolving any blockages, distortions, contaminants, things that don't belong in your energy field, okay? And now we're putting a little bubble of protection over me, over you, over the space that we've created here. We are protected in our little bubble of pure love and oneness. Okay? And with that, I'm going to shuffle 13 times. Today was the number that I heard to do. I like to try and keep my cards upright. It's a personal preference. And then it feels extra weird, cool, and magical when I get a reversal. You know? And whether a card appears upright or a reverse mode, I read the energy of the card. That's the thing that matters. I think that was the third one. And if I lose count, I just go with whatever number I think I'm on for the shuffles. And I might add one more. I think we're on 5. So that's some interesting stuff to work with today. I lost my cloth. Five more. And we'll throw in an extra one because I lost it. One more with a bonus shuffle. One more with the bonus. One more. And last one. Aha. So I know the High Priestess was waiting for us. And she's been popping up for me a lot. 2442. 353. High Priestess is about secrets, hidden wisdom, hidden knowledge. your intuition at its peak or at its start, okay? So that's about going within and hearing yourself out, hearing your truth, hearing your wisdom, your guidance. Okay? The Chariot is underneath the deck right now, and that's an extremely positive energy, also been recurring with the High Priestess. Okay? So the Chariot here is about success, triumph, balancing the inner forces of light and dark, you know, our conscious awareness and our subconscious shadow side. Okay? Harnessing those energies, because when you have the polarities, you create a current of energy, and that generates movement, that can generate momentum. Okay, and that's what it's all about, forward movement. This is Cancerian energy, High Priestess, Piscean again. Okay, so we're going to have that off to the side as like our shadow energy. Okay, the underlying energy. I'm going to use today the Celtic Cross. I have a lot of fun using the Celtic Cross. I've been practicing it lately. Okay. So here's our first card. Awesome. Dominant energy for the reading for the querent is Queen of Wands. And I love the Queen of Wands. That's a great energy to be in, I think. This is highly creative energy. Ambitious as hell, yes. And what I say goes. I like to call Queen of Wands the Queen of Wants, so we get what we want because we put in the work. Okay? That's what it's all about. Alright? People see us, people recognize us, people feel us. Okay? People pay their respects. That's the dominant energy, stepping into our power, being in our divine feminine creative flow right there, and putting it to work. And here's a current challenge that could be affecting your issue, whatever it is. 10 of Pentacles. So I think it is that energy. So 10 of Pentacles, here, I'll give you a good visual. That's the name of the artist that's depicted on the card. Okay, I think they work in like BDSM spaces and stuff. Very cool. 10 of Pentacles. This is about legacy, inheritance. This phrase pops into my head sometimes when I get a Pentacles card, especially 10 or 9 of Pentacles. Pentacle, lesson learned, pentacle earned. So have you been learning your lessons? Because if you have, if you haven't, and you have a backlog of things to pay attention to and put your mind on and put it into practice, then that's what's holding up your 10 of Pentacles coming in. Your material rewards is the backlog of energy that you've got in your shadow or in your situation, whatever it is, okay? So somewhere you've got some lessons that you need to look at and integrate, and it could be blocking your flow, or your challenge is that you've reached a pinnacle and you're not sure where to begin next, okay? Because 10s are endings, and they go back to a 1, a new beginning and stuff. So you might not be sure where your resources need to be going, and that might be the reason why it's time for a new start for some of y'all. Okay? Yeah. Okay? We might be in a stage where, yeah, we're kind of like bored. We could be kind of like feeling a little beholden to the needs of others and stuff. And so, yeah, needing to break out of that, maybe. Okay, subconscious influences. Ooh, I love it. The Hanged Man. See, there's that stuckness that we were talking about. But if you shift your perspective, you know, you might see your situation in a different way. You might have a lesson come through and show itself to you. You might have some valuable new insights emerge. That's actually what the Hanged Man represents. I mean, this is an actual artist that lives in the Bay Area on this card, but in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Hanged Man is depicting a figure much like Odin, who Odin in the Norse mythology suspended himself from a tree in this manner and also had a cut in his side where he was bleeding from. Okay, and when he hung there for several days. I forget if it was 9 days or I think it was like 9 days. And when his blood hit the ground, it mixes with the dirt, right? And it created this clay. And from the clay emerged, it's 4 o'clock right now, and the clock tower is ringing on this story, okay? From the clay emerged the Futhark, the Norse alphabet, the runes, okay, which now today are used as a tool for divination, okay? Some of you guys might have resonated with runes before. Anyway, that was like the origin of language in the Norse mythology, okay? And then, so you might be in a weird position or something that's not quite comfortable, but realize that you're the one that got yourself there, okay? And you can get yourself out of it, okay? There might just be, in this waiting period, something for you to pay attention to learn, to realize, okay? Or you might be you might be waiting for some sort of inspiration or a sign, okay? Okay. Also Piscean energy, that 12, okay? More pentacles. Hey, hey, hey. This is the recent past influence. So you're coming from a time of balance, or some of you may be coming from a time of imbalance and stuff. And, I think that we are at a state of kind of an equilibrium, whether we're comfortable with it or not. The red energy is kind of giving me that root chakra vibe again, talking about that grounding, okay? Staying grounded, keeping our feet on the ground, okay? We've got the scales here. 6 of Pentacles is about balancing your own needs with those of others as well and stuff. So it's giving and receiving, it's reciprocity, yeah. And the scales help to weigh out, like, every little thing, to keep an accurate account of the energy expenditure, whether that's in the form of cash flow or, you know, like your spoons for the day, etc., or you know, how many things you've got out on loan with other people, you know, or whatever it is. So that's the recent past influence, is that we've been learning about balance. We've been staying balanced, hopefully. So that's a positive energy to have in that position, I'd say. It might feel kind of meh, but ultimately it's a good thing. Okay. Ooh. Hopes and goals. We've got the 4 of Swords. So I say that the 4 of Swords is talking, I think this one's more about, we want to come out of this and we want to have the peace of, but we would like to still have this peace of mind. Maybe we're wanting to make sure that we've got more, our hopes and goals are to have more time for rest. Okay, I know I've been talking about this work energy and this need for hard work and discipline and stuff, but we're doing all of that with the hope and goal of being able to have more time for rest, more time for to have mental clarity and stuff, more time to heal and stuff. The thing is that you do have that time already. You just have to make that time. You have to carve it out for yourself. Okay? Nobody else is going to give you that time. Nobody else is going to give you that time. You have to say no to some things, to some people, to some situations. Okay? You have to make that time now. The red, the root energy, the urgency is telling you to pay attention to that now. Okay? We can have that as a goal for sure and stuff, but if you're not trying to have it now, you're not going to have it. Okay? And sometimes we're really lost in the sauce, or we're really getting worked up with everything that's coming through, with that crazy storm energy, whether it feels good or not and stuff. So we really don't feel like we have that time and stuff, but try your best to create that space in your day, even if it's just for a couple minutes, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay? Do it. Do yourself that favor and do it. Okay? I think the word ritual popped into my head too. Maybe you want to have more space for ritual that gets you into this kind of suspended state, this state of liminal awareness, like where you're aware but you're not really like thinking and stuff, and you want to have that. If that's your goal, you still have to create time to develop that, because it doesn't just happen for most people anyway. I don't know, maybe you're particularly gifted and you'll know if that's you when you try it. Okay? But most of us need to create a routine, a ritual for being able, that will help us to be in that state of consciousness. Okay? So for me, I used to meditate every day for a while years ago, and for a long time I did every day at least 20 minutes, and I could go really long time in meditation, and it helped me out a lot to do a lot of healing work and to start healing. And then, I get busy, things happen, we get distracted, maybe you want less distractions. The 4 is stability, so we're looking for that time of stability. We're looking forward to that time of stability. Okay, that's what, like, our hope and goal and stuff. Make that time for yourself now, okay? And then it's going to be like your shelter in all of that, okay? Anyways, I'm getting back on it now, is what I'm saying. It's like, so, I've been meditating for the past few days, at least a few minutes every day, to just keep myself in the practice. It is a discipline. We are talking about discipline today, okay? It's a big deal for me. You don't even know me, okay? But I'm going to tell you, I know this about myself. Okay. Hopes and goals is 4 of Swords. Do it now. Make that time now. Give yourself that time. Nobody else gives it to you. Okay. And like when we're talking about the planning too, I think that feels like a planning card to me too. 4 of Swords, because it's like you're in this rest, repose and stuff, and what it does is it helps you clear your mind, and you're able to think more clearly, and therefore you can put your itinerary very efficiently and clearly. Okay. Near future. The 2 of Cups in the near future. So, this could be talking about a new or existing partnership in business, in friendship, in love. It could be love. It could be a work partnership, since we're talking work. Or maybe while you're working, you meet somebody special who is shiny, sparkly, and makes your heart do a little flutter. Not like a scaredy cat flutter, but like a happy, excited flutter. Okay? That's the near future. So that's partnership. Also, to bring it back to the self, which is what I like to do a lot of times. This is about connecting with your inner self. So it's about your heart connection to you, your connection to yourself, your connection to spirit, and your guides. Okay? That's what this card is. Through that connection with yourself, with your guides, with spirit, with the universe, or whatever that you believe in or don't, whatever. With that connection to your heart, then that brings in ideal, harmonious matches for whatever purposes, whatever is for your highest good. Okay? So it might be like I said, a business partner, it might be a new creative partner, it might be a new work situation. It could, like, the other cup could represent, like, yeah, a new job, a new path, a new beginning. Okay, meeting with your open heart chakra, Ace of Cups. Okay, two aces uniting. You're ready for a new beginning, and a new beginning is coming to you. Okay, so that's in the near future. So in order to prepare for that, we are in this balanced energy. We're creating the space for mental clarity. You know, we might be feeling a little stuck, but we're looking at our lessons that we've learned, and that is a type of work in its own self. Okay. Okay, and we're working on the integration. Okay, so here is how you are affecting your situation. Oh, we've got a blindfold on, do we now? Ooh, Seven of Swords. Oh, you have to watch your words. Watch your words. Are you speaking truthfully? Are you having to use a little bit of dialectical smarminess? Are you having to be a little bit of a trickster these days? How you're affecting your situation. Be careful about how you're using your energy, how you're using your words, okay? Try not to create confusion for yourself or others. All right? If you feel like you're in a position to do so, you don't need to. There's not a need to be oversharing or overly transparent, but you should be being honest, practicing your integrity, and moving forward in a truthful manner, transparent. This card is also about taking advantage of circumstances. While you're in this delay period, it is a good time for planning and stuff. That's another thing that the Seven of Swords represents, is strategizing, out of the box thinking. It is he's stealing the swords, right? But in the traditional deck, we're going to talk about it, how he's stealing. He's like an agent sent from one side of the war, or maybe even an outside interest, that is stealing the weapons from one side while they're distracted, while they're asleep, or whatever the case may be. That way they don't have to fight the next day. That way they can maybe use more diplomacy and stuff. So sometimes a little bit of trickster energy is helpful to create the conditions which are going to be better for you and better for the other party in the long run. You can kind of, so a little sleight of hand might be called for, as long as you're not doing anything like dishonest and or like or there's nothing harmful going to occur. Just to do your best to be honest at all times. Okay, that's like always going to be what aligns you with the truth, and with source energy is to be in honesty and integrity. Okay, but sometimes we have to be creative. Sometimes we might need to utilize our cunning. That's another thing that this card represents, is cunning. So we don't have to be too worried about like the negative aspects of the card. We're just going to talk about, creativity. Okay, be honest. Okay, because your ability to stay in integrity is going to influence your situation. Your creativity and your cunning are going to influence your situation. Okay. The influence of others. Okay, so here's how others may be affecting your situation. So sometimes, the Strength card is a great card. That's a heart card. That's the solar plexus card right here. So it's about your confidence. So there might be some people that when you're around them, they kind of uplift you. So I think other people, if we're going to look at this in a more positive way, people are helping you feel supported. They're giving you more confidence. Maybe you're starting to take care of other people, and their feedback is kind of helping you to be more confident in your ability to care for others. While you're also doing these other things and stuff. Maybe you've been seeing positive results from taking a gentler path, and others are giving you positive feedback, verbally or, through their behaviors or like progress that you've seen. Or maybe other people are giving you feedback about how you've grown, and that's giving you confidence to keep going. Okay, so that's great. So you're getting good energy from other people. If I were to read that in like a more negative way, I would say other people are testing your confidence. Maybe they're testing your patience. Maybe they're testing your temper. Okay? So staying, like, that would be like a reversal kind of energy and stuff. They want you to be, maybe there's people that want you to be less empowered and stuff, but you don't have to worry about them. Okay? Just worry about you. And you don't even have to worry if you trust yourself, if you trust your heart, if you trust, if you trust spirit. Okay? You don't have to worry that much. Okay? We will, but we don't have to. Or we may, is what I'll say. So the Strength card is telling you you're getting good energy. If you don't feel like it's great energy, then it's just testing you to embrace that inner strength, okay? And that's not a bad thing, to make sure that you are up on your game when it comes to that heart energy, that endless compassion energy, that confident lion energy, okay? Your advice and guidance. Ooh, 8 of Cups. Very nice. Going within. Yeah, we've been talking about that. Making that time. Giving yourself that time. Nobody else is going to give you that time. Maybe, we were talking about the creative flow earlier, right? And he's got like the music gear and the guitar and this fun cape, really showing that creative spirit. So creativity might be something that helps you discover those inner truths, like if you have a hard time putting into words what it is that you're seeing or feeling in those spaces, if you write it out, if you sing it out, that might help. That might help you move it and get through it. Even if you're not singing any words, sometimes just the tone helps to free the energy and then give you that insight, that realization. Okay, going within. 8 of Cups is, going away from the things that don't fulfill you and moving up to a higher state of consciousness towards a higher path that is leading you to your 9 of Cups, your fulfillment, your wish fulfillment. Okay, and the long-term outcome, oh my gosh, is the King of Cups. Now talk about balance. Okay, so sometimes King of Cups, well, King of Cups is a very emotional figure, okay? Again, we've got this red root energy, so he stays grounded, okay? He's got the recording equipment and stuff, so he knows what's happened. He's documenting everything, you know, so like that I think represents like your access to your memories and you know, a record of how others have treated you or affected you as well and stuff, for worse or for better. The King of Cups is somebody who is balanced, his emotions and his thinking abilities. So he's a master of the emotional realm, and sometimes his problem is that he will like either be a little bit too wary of diving into that emotional sphere, or he can be like overly emotional and a little bit on the manipulative side. But that is not an outcome that we're reading for. So the outcome that we're reading for is the best possible long-term outcome, and this is somebody who has great emotional insight. And through that access of the emotions and the intuition, which is what the cup's water energy represents, through that is where we get our, is where we find and attain our mastery, okay? We can feel the currents. We can then navigate them. We know where they're going. We know where they've come from, you know. We know where we want to go, so then we can set our sails a certain way or whatever. We can know how to row our boat, okay? So yeah, that's a beautiful energy to top it off. And underneath the deck, again, we have the Justice card. I just had to look. I was just looking, okay? And it's justice. So that is balance. Isn't this beautiful? Look at, oh, she's gorgeous. Got the beautiful pride flag. We've got a beautiful black queen to showcase justice energy for us. All right? Activism, truth, equality. Okay? Balance. And the Ace of Swords too, just beyond. So that's our new beginning. That's our mental clarity. That's our intelligence. That is the truth. The truth. God's truth. Spirit's truth. Okay? Yeah. That's a pretty cool mess. And then guess who's right behind? It's the High Priestess, okay? Following the intuition. Planning. So, that's all we've got today. It's kind of a long reading. I'll see if I can cut it down, but I don't really like editing videos. I might not do it, okay? Ending now. Have a blessed evening. Goodbye.